Hey everybody, wanted to go over today's patch notes with y'all for update 20. We're not going to go into full detail, we're just going to touch on some certain topics here. So we get 76 seasons where you earn score to rank up and claim tons of stellar new rewards. You get the legendary run, which is the first 10-week season begins today. Race across the galaxy against the evil Dr. Zorbo and unlock unique cosmetics and public teams. You can use the social menu to easily find, join, or form a public team that brings players together under shared team goals and offers themed in-game buffs. Sorry if you see me pause on and off. My kids are all running around. Okay, so today's size downloads for PC are anywhere from 4.0 to 4.3 gigabytes. PS4 is 11.2 gigabytes. I will mention that you may have delayed or slow downloads on PS4. It is on their website. I was one of the unfortunate ones that did get the delayed download. And then Xbox is 11.6 gigabytes. So, Race Among the Stars. Added new options on the main menu for Legendary Run, which you can access to view the Season 1 progression screen, keep track of your progress, and preview all available rewards. The Legendary Run screen features a Captain Cosmo-inspired board game in which you can race across the galaxy against the evil Dr. Zorbo. Your progression is represented as a spaceship game piece on the board. You can beat Dr. Zorbo in the finish line before the 10-week season comes to an end. I personally find that pretty cool because I love board games. My family loves board games. We play them all the time. And then you will begin the legendary run at rank 1. You can advance your position on the board by earning score through the daily and weekly challenges. Every time you reach a new rank, you will be able to claim a new reward. There are 100 ranks to achieve in total during Season 1 and more than 40 new cosmetic items up for grabs along the way. All players will play using the same progression and reward path, which means everyone is working towards the same rewards through the entire season. Starting 2 weeks after the legendary run begins, players will have the option to spend 150 atoms to immediately unlock the next rank and claim its rewards. Please note, though, ranks must be purchased individually and in order. So, I guess that's like for somebody that maybe comes along after all of this starts, comes late to the game and we're like halfway through this whole entire Race Among the Stars, and maybe, they can pay to advance themselves ahead. I personally won't be using that option because I plan to play and, earn everything that way. But everybody can choose to play how they want to play. So take on new challenges. Daily and weekly challenges will have received significant updates with today's patch. Daily and weekly challenges now award score instead of atoms, and completing them is the primary way to progress through the season. Now, I'm not 100% sure how I feel on that because I personally like to earn atoms whenever I'm doing my daily and weekly goals. Because yes, while I am a Fallout First holder and I like to get those 1600 atoms or whatever it is each month, I still also work on my daily and my weeklies to earn more atoms because I try not to spend more money than I need to on games. I mean, I still spend money, but I try to avoid having to go to the PlayStation Store and purchasing atoms. But we'll see what happens. Nuclear Winter daily and weekly challenges also now award score in addition to other rewards. They've streamlined the daily and weekly challenges you receive so that they are more straightforward and easier to complete. And then they've also changed the challenges you receive on a daily and weekly basis so that they are more predictable and consistent. You can access your daily and weekly challenges directly from the Legendary Run progression screen while you're in a game world. If you would like to keep an eye on your progress towards specific challenges, you can add them to the challenge tracker from the menu. Lifetime challenges like character, social, world challenges, etc. have not been changed and will still grant Adam rewards that they did prior to today's update. I wonder if they ever actually went in and fixed some of the ones like Discover Abandoned Bogtown. Pretty sure that's the only thing on that whole little list, and I've created like 3 or 4 tunes now, and none of them have discovered Abandoned Bogtown, even though I've been there multiple times. Okay, so claiming your prizes. After ranking up, head back to the Legendary Run progression screen to claim your prizes. You'll unlock consumables like repair kits or in-game currencies like caps. They will only apply to one of your characters, so make sure you select the character that you want to receive the reward on. Ranks are account bond, and their rewards cannot be earned more than once per season. So if you have more than one tune, it sounds like you won't be able to actually have the option to earn the reward on all of your tunes. Luckily, I have a main one that I do play on, but if that's what I'm reading and understanding, I know some people that are going to have issues with that because they play with more than one tune depending on what kind of play style they want to do. All right, so public teams. They've added a new public team tab to the top of the social menu that you can select to browse all public teams in your current world. Join one and create a team of your own. 1 second, please. I actually like the idea of a public team. I've played other games like Destiny where you can join in public teams and stuff like that. Well, maybe not Destiny. Which one was it? I don't remember. Either way, I kind of like the public team ideal and the way it's set up because you can look and see what that team's doing, whether it's exploring or doing events, and you can find people that are hopefully like-minded like you, like they said here. Public teams can have up to 4 members at once. As long as there is an open spot, you can click one of the teams in the list and join it immediately. You can also open the map to see where current public teams are in the Appalachia and join them from there. Team leaders will display special icons showing their current goal, and you can click on them to view additional details before you choose to join them. So, if you don't want to join a team, but you want to create your own team, obviously you have the ability to do that too. To start your own public team, hit Create New Team button in the Public Team tabs on the social media. Then you'll select your goal. There are 6 to play from: hunting, roleplay, events, exploration, building, and casual. Once you select your goal, all players in your current world will receive a notification about the public team, and then and the notification will not appear to players that you blocked and vice versa. Multiple public teams on the same type can exist at once, so you can choose any team you wish. The team leader, you can freely change your team's goal at any time, and you also have the ability to kick or block any players from your public team. You can also invite your friends and other players from a private team with you, and then convert into a public team at a later time using the social menu. Teams found from the game's main menu or by direct invite will always begin as private teams. Okay, so you do have to switch it to public. So let's get on to the goals and the bonuses of the public teams. You will receive a small team buff when you are working on your team goal. You and your team will form bonds, and each bond teammate, you will have an additional stack of your team goal buff. So for hunting, you get 25% extra XP for legendary kills, 100% for a fully bonded team. Roleplay, +1 charisma, and then you can get up to +4 for a fully bonded team. 25% extra XP for events, and you can get up to 100% for a fully bonded team. Exploration is +1 endurance, and if you have fully bonded team, +4. Building is +1 intelligence, +4 for a team, fully bonded team, and casual is +1 luck, +4 for fully bonded team. Events sounds like really awesome because you're going to be you can do events all over the world. They're always popping up. So you can potentially get up to 100% for a fully bonded team of extra XP for events in the world. Okay, there are some downsides and pluses to being on a public team. The plus is if somebody joins your public team, if they cannot do anything at your camp. You have to be on a private team, like with your friends or somebody you add to your team that's just in the world. If it's private, they can build at your camp and stuff like that. And then also, if you're in a public team, you cannot you cannot open anybody's doors or anything that they have locked at their camps. If you do, you become wanted. This next part is a really good update that I really like. It's to where if somebody on your team engages into PvP with another person outside of your team, it doesn't pull your teammates into that PvP. Instead, your teammate must start PvP contact with the outside player individually to join the fight. This will help prevent players from being dragged into PvP combat that they did not initiate. That's really awesome. I love that. I know that's been an issue with a lot of people, that they just join a team and then next thing they know, they're being attacked and anything that they had on them junk-wise is just gone because they got pulled into PvP without their consent. That's obviously not what they wanted to do. Okay, so they added a new mole miner theme icon and they changed the compass on the map to better indicate the purveyor's location. They did a couple of changes about teammate markers on the map. They made them bigger. And then the chat volume audio setting is now completely independent of the master volume setting. So that way you can hear whoever you're talking to chat voices better than the in-game sound. Bug fixes. They did some animation fixes with the rustic watermill, the Stanley skin for the Grognak axe. Fix an issue causing the character to hold the Tesla rifle incorrectly. Art, treasure hunter and insurgent hats no longer remove hair or facial hair when equipped. Awesome, because, I didn't like that my lady went bald every time I put on a hat. Just saying. There was something wrong with the preview image for the experimental Pip-Boy schematic. I don't ever remember noticing it, but they fixed it. The skin for the Grodnock axe no longer extends beyond the screen when inspecting the item and menus. The preview image for the Hazmat Cooler backpack no longer shows the Nuka-Cola backpack. The Red Rocket Ranger power armor torso no longer clips through other power armor pieces. And visual and sound effects no longer persist after destroying the Ring of Fire pit. Camp and workshops. Fix an issue preventing items from being assigned to fermenters, vending machines, kegs, punch bowls, and refrigerators while at max camp budget. Address the camp budget exploit related to the circus cage. Oh, a lot of people are going to be upset about that one. Fix an issue allowing the grain silo to be placed floating in the air. They replace options in the modified menu no longer show. The replace option in the modified menu no longer shows non-biddable atomic shop first, fallout first, and gold bullion objects when building in a teammate's camp or workshop. Punji boards can no longer be stacked on top of each other, so no more punji board walls at trap camps or wherever. Red Rocket garage door. Fix an issue that causing the Red Rocket garage door to be replaced by an incorrect and functional item. Okay. CD sheds. Allies and collectrons can now enter and exit the CD shed more easily. Survival tent. The no-build area around the survival tent is no longer remains in the world after the tent owner logs out or switches worlds. Turrets that have been destroyed and then repaired to have a significantly delayed when engaging reaction when engaging with enemies. Turrets are still intended to take 2 to 3 seconds to acquire a target and begin firing. They wanted you to know that. So they did some general fixes for the daily and weekly challenges, added Dabney Homestead as a sub-challenge from the Claim Different workshops, added Campfire Tales Free Range and Project Paradise as sub-challenges for the Complete Different events, removed the Battle That Never Was from the sub-challenges for Complete Different events, and added the importance of communication, photo opportunity, retirement plan, and visual equipment as sub-challenges for the Complete Different daily quest challenges. So there was an exploit with combat. They addressed the issue that resulted in a player becoming invulnerable after dying under very specific circumstances. I actually had this happen to me once, and it involved power armor and me dying. And when I came back, the people that we were PvPing against, they couldn't kill me, but I could take everybody out like super fast, and I didn't die. I actually really enjoyed that, but once somebody pointed it out, I was like, oh, well. And then I left and fixed it, so. But it was fun while it lasted. And then charging weapons like the God's rifle, God's weapons or the bow now correctly deal damage based on how much they were charged when fired in VATS. So enemies, Scorched Beasts no longer burn into ash piles or goo piles, and Wendigo Colossus has a flat 10% chance to spawn when nuking one of the potential spawn locations. They have some more things that they did. We're going to skip the items part of that. You can check it out on the website. Electrically charged is apparently supposed to no longer activate when another player hits you from the looks of it. NPCs, Beckett now correctly gives you daily quests. Fix an issue that prevented the Raider Punk from offering the player new daily quests. The message appears when scrapping the Raider Punk's radio now correctly indicates that all of his equipment items will be removed. And so Crater had an issue that previously allowed enemies to target and attack Axel, Creed, and Roxy and Crater. Roxy is now stationary. It can always be found leaning against the school bus. Smiley no longer accepts caps from players attempting to purchase additional gold after you've already reached the gold limit. Ward is now stationary and can now always be found sitting behind his desk in the trailer and foundation. And Ren is now stationary. It can always be found at her console at Crater. So they did some performance and stability upgrades. Perks. Cannibal perk no longer allows players to eat non-humanoid corpses. Hard Bargain now correctly reduces the Duchess prices at the Wayward. Mysterious Stranger, fix an issue where the Mysterious Stranger would sometimes not attack. And then perk card packs, fix a bug preventing some perk cards from appearing in perk card packs. Quests and events AWOL. Players are now correctly notified and removed from the event after leaving the event area. Cheating Death, the objective to speak with the tractor no longer reappears when re-entering the mine after completing the portion of that after completing a certain portion of that quest. Fun and games, moving to meet up with Rara too quickly after saving her from the second set of laser turrets no longer causes her to become stuck or run in the wrong direction. Hunter for Hire, choosing a dialogue option that has a special check when speaking with Daniel no longer closes the conversation early. Secret revealed, fix an issue that could cause AC to become unresponsive under specific circumstances, which block quest progression. Strange Bedfellows, players can now correctly select A new dialogue option when you need charisma that's +8. Strength in numbers now correctly awards caps on completion in addition to other rewards. Thicker than water, Beckett can no longer be lured out of Watoga Underground during the quest. In Vital Equipment, choosing to donate the reward no longer skips the rest of the conversation with Ward. So they did some sound improvements, user interface improvements, some world improvements, and then they did do nuclear winter bug fixes. Apparently there was an exploit, so they addressed the exploit that could allow the player to become immune to taking damage from the storm and from taking rad damage. They're attempting localization. Attempting to join Nuclear Winter while running a non-English version of the game no longer disconnects the player for having modified game files and perks. Fixed an issue causing attacks with the overly generous perk card equipped to deal less than intended amount of rad damage. So to go over everything completely, just head on over to Bethesda. You can see their patch notes there. There are a couple of things that I'm excited about. I'm also kind of disappointed in, especially with the atomic atoms and stuff like that, because everybody likes to earn atoms. Nobody really wants to spend money to get atoms to purchase things that they want from the atomic shop. So lots of great things to come from the seasons, from my opinion. I just wish that they would readdress the atoms for the atomic shop and maybe give us a different option or something in addition to what we already have to do to earn more atoms. I don't know. Let me know what your opinions are, and hope you all have a great day.